And then we go to ACT reading.
Yes, please. So go to crackact.com, go to ACT reading, and then go to test number 20.
Okay.
And when you, perfect. So we should all be on a natural science passage. Agree?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and let's get this party started. We got 9 minutes on the clock. On your mark, get set, and go. You have 1 minute remaining. All right, and that is time. So if you didn't submit it, go ahead and wait because we're going to go through all the questions together. If you did submit it, I've got them right up here in the background. As soon as I can get this little chat button to minimize. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. Let's do this one instead. All right, so what did y'all think of that one?
I kind of struggled with it. I read it, I could read it, but just recalling back the information on the questions just because of the type of passage it was. I think I'm actually better at the humanities and probably, I think it was the fiction one, and I think I mainly struggle with the science and prose one.
That's really good that you know that, because you're going to discover certain ones that you were stronger at and certain ones that you are like, I don't like these. I always suggest starting with what you're strongest in. Get yourself going on that strong footing. Get your brain warmed back up that way because you're just coming off of a break, and move with what you need, with what serves you best. Because at that point too, you're committing more time, if needed, to that than to your weaker ones. Prabhanjan, what did you think about that?
I kind of struggled as well. I think my
Okay.
pacing was off. I think I spent too much time reading it.
Okay. What I can do for the next one that we do, if you're still with us for that one, is I can give you a time to move from the paragraph warning.
Oh, that'd be really helpful.
Yes, 100% got you. All right, so let's go through this one together. First of all, we're talking about comets, the most exciting thing ever. They're pretty cool to see, but reading about it, I don't know. So let's look at number 1. Now, the primary purpose of this passage is to, if you are a skimmer, I am going to always, every day, suggest that you make a note to yourself to skip this one and to come back to it. The reason I suggest that is because if you are skimming, you have no idea what the primary purpose of the passage is yet. But as you skim through it and read more and answer the questions, you tend to develop what the sense of the passage is. So what did y'all get for this? What answer did we put in for the primary purpose?
I put C.
I put C as well.
Y'all are very smart. C is correct. All right. Because if you skim through it, it's kind of talking about like what a comment is and why they want to know more about it. So great job, y'all. All right, let's look at number 2. The author would most likely agree with which of the following statements? All right, so if we're skimming this one, we have to almost look at each individual answer. We have to kind of search for those. So number one, or letter F, there may be minerals in the solar system yet to be discovered by astronomers. Does it talk about that in there?
Not really.
Ooh, check line 73 to 74.
May you repeat the question?
Of course. It's number 2. The author would most likely agree with which of the following statements? And we have to go through this one because they're all their own independent statements. And we kind of have to search each statement. So I started with F. There may be minerals in the solar system yet to be discovered by astronomers. And if you look up in lines 73 to 74, which is kind of towards the end of our passage, this highly unusual substance generates strong scientific interest because it, along with other new materials that may be found in comets, may cause scientists to reconsider. So it's a lot of mays. Does that make sense for F?
Yes.
Okay. If you were searching through the other answers though, for example, G, what word would you search for?
IRAS, Alcock.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. That's what I use to search. And sometimes if you can do process of elimination and search out even 2 wrong answers on this, it narrows it down to 50-50. All right, what questions do y'all have over number 2?
I think it's okay.
Okay, cool. If at any point you have questions, you just say Weller, questions, and I say, I got you. Just like that, got you. All right, number 3. According to the passage, which situation creates a comet's maximum brightness as observed from Earth? So where did y'all find the answer for 3? Where did we look?
The third paragraph.
Third paragraph, okay. Perfect. And what answer did y'all get?
I had got A, but I got it wrong.
I put C and I got it wrong.
Okay, so the correct answer, if we look at that third paragraph, is D. And it's talking about the comet's nearness to Earth in the relation to the perihelion, or the closest approach to the sun. And that's strongly affecting the comet's apparent brightness. So what search term could we use to find this?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Oh, absolutely. What search term would we look for to find this?
Brightness.
Yeah, I looked for brightness.
Brightness. Perfect. That's what I looked for too. And it kind of led me through that third paragraph. All right, so do we understand why D is correct? Why, when it's closest to Earth after its perihelion?
Yeah, I just mixed up the words. I looked for, like in the passage, I found after and perihelion, and that's what I saw in C, those 2 words. So I just clicked C without reading D.
I got you. Give each answer just a good once over with reading. I know in math we tell you to have an answer kind of in your head and choose the answer. With reading, it behooves you to give each one a once over because they rely on the more correct answer. So that first answer might seem actually correct, but if you read, there's probably an answer that might fit better. or if you read, there might be an answer, I should say, that fits better. All right, number 4. Y'all, I thought this was a hard one. What did y'all think of 4?
I picked F, but I got it wrong.
I put H
Yeah.
and got it wrong as well.
See, I picked H as well. I liked H. But the correct answer is actually J. Why do comets have such a highly eccentric orbit? So with this one, I'm going to go to their explanation for it. Because again, I got it wrong as well. It says the passage describes comets' orbits as erratic, but does not explain why. The last paragraph answers the question in choice F. The first paragraph describes solar winds and radiation pressure from the sun in line 7 that fall from the tail, answering for choice G. Comets are most often invisible, line 28, which explains why new ones are difficult to discover, answering the choice H. All right, so do we see why it is J?
Yes.
Perfect. It's okay if we make our mistakes now, as long as we learn from them. All right, number 5. The information in the first paragraph indicates that the appearance of comets requires all of the following except, all right? What'd y'all get for this one?
I got it.
I got A.
Yeah, I got A as well. I got it right.
Perfect. You guys are very smart. Excellent. Yes. All right. Number 6. The passage mentions astronomers observing all of the following about comets, except. What did we get for number 6?
I put H, but I got it wrong.
I put F.
Okay. Correct answer on this one is G. G. All right. So if we break down, or if we look at this, observing all the following about comets. If we go back up in here, my computer is going a little bit nuts right now. We're going to let it live its best life for a second. All right. So right in all the way up in here, the stronger determinant of a comet's brightness, I skimmed all the way down through this. And then studying comets directly. So if we skim through, that's quite a bit to skim through. Agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So the better approach to this could be to find some search terms. So we could search for unusual minerals. Unusual would be a good word. Chemical composition. Those two C's together are pretty easy to see. Nuclei. If we can't find that word nuclei in there and it talking about a bright light, that right there is your good find. Okay? Other words I would search. Again, if we've already looked for brightness, we know where that is in here, where that's focused on. And then J, gravitational. I would look for gravitational. And when you have questions like this, where you're having to go through and disprove each and every answer, try to get 2. Try to get 2 out of the way and make a logical guess. All right, number 7. In the context of the third passage, lines 29 through 48, lines 34 through 38 primarily serve to emphasize. First of all, where are we looking in this one?
The third
34.
paragraph.
Yeah, remember, read a little above and a little below. But yeah, this one tells you exactly where to go to. And what answer did we get for this one?
I got B.
Me too.
Perfect. Great job, y'all. Great job. So what that tells you too is you are probably pretty strong on the questions that give you the landmark. So when you are tackling one section of the reading, if you see those questions, pop on those first. Nothing says you have to do this stuff in order. All right. The passage most nearly indicates that attempts to study comets directly have been. What did we get for this one?
I put J.
I put H. I got it wrong.
Okay.
I got.
Prabenjan, I missed what you put. I apologize.
I put J.
J. Where did you find the answer for J at?
I did process of elimination.
Great. All right. So it doesn't talk much about technical difficulties, nor life on Earth. And obviously that we know enough to know that some have been studied. So promising but incomplete seems to be a pretty good summary of it. All right, 9, as it's used in line 55. So where are we looking for this?
Line 55.
Yes, that was perfect, in stereo. All right, the phrase characteristics beyond the novelty of these commas most likely refers to. What did we give for 9?
I got D, but I got it wrong.
Okay, what made you like D? Uh-oh.
I got A. Because I was rushing at the end, I was running out of time. So I just saw novelty and new. And I just put those two together because I was running out of time.
I gotcha. So the correct answer is C. So when we look at the novel or the novelty of it, to me, when I just hear that word novel, I either think book or new. But this is talking about things that are interesting to astronomers. And what's really talked about a lot is chemical differences and sorry, my screen just froze. There it goes. All right. But it seems to really discuss the chemicals as well as the chemical composition of the comets. All right. And then finally, we're back at a main purpose question. So main purpose, what did we get for the main purpose? Because I know some of y'all have to go.
I put H.
H, great. And was that just another, did you guess on that one, or did you have logic on that one?
Oh, I read the last paragraph.
Perfect, Prabenjan. Great. All right, y'all. If you have time to stay on and do another one, I've got another crack ACT for you. If you have to go, then I will link for you the Reflect Now in the chat. So, do either of you need to leave yet?
Yes, I have to go to practice now.
Yes, ma'am, me too.
Okay. Okay, let me go ahead and I'll put the Reflect Now in there. What I would recommend is picking 2 others to do from here. I had selected 21 and 18 for y'all to work on. So let me put the Reflect Now in, and The Reflect Now is relying on us to do a few more. So I'll make you a deal. If you can't get it done right now, go back and do it later on this today. Okay?
All right.
So this is it if you can do it now. If not, thank you for your attention. I really appreciate y'all logging on today.
All right. Have a nice day.
Hey, you too. It was good to see you again. Were you staying on to do the Reflect Now, Ternisha? All right, for those of you still at home, if you are still working on this at home, go ahead and you can go to the next link. There are your answers from what we just did for passage 1. Then for the next passage, you're going to go back to crackact.com and you are going to set yourself a 9-minute timer. Go to crackact.com, ACT reading, and you're going to go to test 21. So set a 9-minute timer, and then when you hit submit, you are able to see which ones you got right and which ones you got wrong. Now, if you get a question wrong and you don't understand it, please reach out to me. I'm going to put my email in the chat. All right, right there, Adrian at CAP&GOWNproject.org. Please feel free to reach out to me. The next test I will have you do is going to be test number 18 on Crack ACT. All right, y'all, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Happy election day, and I look forward to working with y'all again. Take care, students.